I just found a nice auction in the paper. It's up next Saturday. This guy's got some farm ground for sale and a couple plots about 35 miles northeast of where I live. He's got some tractors and some farm equipment, a few lawn and garden items to get rid of in the sale bill. But what caught my attention was right here in collectibles, and it starts right here. Large amount of tube radio and TV repair manuals, radio and TV tubes and repair equipment, Philco tabletop tube radio, radio switches and gauges. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be there if this big snowstorm coming in this week don't throw a monkey wrench into everything. So, wish me luck. If I do score, I'll have a video up. If not, we'll just have to wait for another one. It just wasn't meant to be.
See a lot more meanness in the city. It's the kind that eats you up inside. Hard to come away with anything that feels like dignity. Hard to get home with any pride.
Our tree is officially up, but not without one or two problems. The first one being this thing sits on a plastic base. This was just one of those little cheapy pre-lit trees my wife brought home from work that the company was getting rid of at the end of the year, about probably 8-9 years ago or sometime around there. And it uses a plastic base with 3 legs that you press the legs into the base. And I remember last year when we put this away, one was cracked, but it still holds the tree up. This year when she got it out, she went to go assemble a base, and one of the legs broke off later after she had the tree stood up. She come back in, the tree was laying on the floor. So thank goodness we didn't have any of the ornaments on or anything. But what was done to replace that base, and this is kind of redneckish, but it looks neat because we have a lot of country get up and stuff in our house for decorations. That is the stump from that Bradford pear tree that blew down, and we just bored I think it was a 3/4 or 7/8 hole into that stump and flattened the bottom out, and it's still drying. It's still pretty wet, you can see in the rings and stuff, but it works great for this tree's base, and it looks pretty neat. It looks really rustic. We got to put the screen up to keep the dogs out of it. They get in there and snoodle around and stuff. So hey, where there's a will there's a way. Christmas will happen here at my house this year. Take that, Grinch and Scroogey Poo.
Just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. I got everything that you want, like a heart that's oh so true. Just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you.
Alright guys, to wrap up Random Videos 22, I want to show you a smoke detector I bought when we bought this house back in 2007, late 07, and I think this thing's even date coded July 25th of 07. And what this is a first alert smoke and carbon monoxide detector, and this is a photoelectric alarm, and it's got a voice alert that'll tell you where the fire's at or CO2's at, how many parts per million's been detected, what the location of the smoke detector is. And this thing even had setups for like a remote, so you could program codes into your TV remote when you had the universal remotes and stuff a while back, that you could test this thing without climbing a ladder to get up to where it's at. Well, the other night, about 2 nights ago, this thing started going haywire, and the batteries were low. So the next morning I got up after it chirped most of the night. You just put up with it. You guys know what that's like. Replaced the batteries in it, and it was good for about a day or two. And this past what day was it? This past Tuesday, I guess it was. I got up in the morning, and this thing threw an error code. It said check manual error. And let's see if I can get it to do it. I took the batteries out of it here. This is kind of a nice detector. It uses AA batteries instead of 9 volts. I've got another CO2 detector downstairs in the furnace room that's just like that. We'll use these rechargeables for demonstration's sake.
Welcome. First alert, carbon monoxide and smoke alarm. Master bedroom location programmed. To change location, press and hold test button now.
which we won't
Press
do.
and hold test button to test unit.
It is loud when it tests. Here we go. Maybe.
Testing.
Here we go.
Detector error in master bedroom. Please see manual.
There we go. It throws the error code, and it does that about every 2 minutes. And I was looking on the back. It's got different codes that this thing will throw. 1 chirp, replace battery. 3 chirps, replace alarm. That's what this thing's doing. That 1, 2, 3. 3 long chirps, 3 long beeps, smoke alarm. 4 beeps repeated is CO2 alarm. So I think that this detector has actually reached its EOL, or end of life, which this was about a $40 detector when I bought it, 6 years ago. I think it was only warranted for 5 years. So if you ever come across that or have one of these detectors, be aware, 5 years is pretty much its usefulness life, and then it's over with. So guys, that does it for this video, and thanks for watching. And there will be more to come later.